Students, welcome to the Junior Achievement of Dallas JA Career Speaker Series Business Management and Administration Cluster. Here are your assignments.
Hi there, my name is Fabian Asin, born and raised in Argentina. I moved to Canada in 2004. I went to high school, and after high school I went to university to obtain my BAc in computer science, and after a few years after I got my MBA in economics and finance. A few years back, when I was 17 or 18 years old, I remember that after high school, I have a conversation with my dad, and he was telling me how important it is to be going back to school, going to the college. Of course, being a teenager, I didn't pay attention to what my dad was telling me, and I decided not to be following the college or university. What happened is that my dad, he said to me, "Fabian, it's okay, but just in case, keep your options open." I say, "Okay, no problem, let's do it." Moving forward, I went to work in a big manufacturing, and unfortunately, even though I was working hard and making a lot of overtime and working, a lot, I couldn't really make any progress. So at 25, I realized that without having a diploma, I couldn't really move. What I decided to do, I went back to university when I was 25, and after a few years, I finally got my diploma in computer science, which was the first opportunity I had going back to the manufacturing to be getting a better promotion and even to be having a better salary. When I'm going to be looking back in my career, I can see that I have made many mistakes. For example, I was running a project which was more about implementing a new accounting system. At that point in time, I was having conversation with analysts, finance people, accounting, and the problem was that even though I was having a lot of experience managing projects, I didn't know almost anything about finance and accounting. So they were looking at me and said, "Fabian, you really don't know about this." So my credibility wasn't going really as the best. So even though I have the practice in project manager, I decided to be going back to take more courses. I did my MBA in economics, and guess what? That was an amazing decision, the best decision I have ever made. In conclusion, I would like to give you 3 tips. Number 1, never is too late to be going back to study. Number 2, listen to your elders because they have experience in life. And number 3, believe in yourself, you have strengths, and for sure, we all of you need it. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Helen Dorsey, and I work for Blue Cross Blue Shield of Texas here in Richardson. My title is Texas Volunteer Coordinator, VP of Volunteer Engagement. What that simply means is I help our employees connect to the community to nonprofit organizations like Junior Achievement. As a matter of fact, we have over 300 community partners that we work with across the state that deliver great services, whether it's to students or to senior citizens like JA. So for example, we work with Visiting Nurses Association Meals on Wheels program. We work with the North Texas Food Bank. We work with the Big Brothers Big Sisters and the American Red Cross. My professional background includes over 15 years of experience in both the corporate and nonprofit sectors. As a matter of fact, I've worked for a startup out of Silicon Valley. I've had my own marketing and PR firm, and I've also worked for a major soft drink company here in North Texas. Most of that experience at the soft drink company came from working in positions in the marketing department, the corporate communications department, and human resources. All of that knowledge led me to work at Blue Cross Blue Shield in the community affairs department. Currently at Blue Cross, I am continuing to connect our employees to volunteer opportunities in the community. Now you may say, what credentials or what level of education do you need for a job like mine? Glad you asked that question. It's not required, but it's definitely preferred to have a bachelor's degree. I have a BA from University of Houston, and I also, because I wanted to gain additional skills and knowledge in my field, pursued and have a certificate in corporate community relations from Boston College. So again, required and referred are always some of the things you want to look for as you begin to think about your next steps past high school. The biggest advice I could give to you from experience standpoint is to set a goal and stick with it. You may be a little bit nervous about setting that goal, but just know there are community partners like Junior Achievement. You have a network at your schools that can support you, counselors, your parents, and then the greater community will support you on your goals as long as you're committed to those. So my parting words would be set a goal, stick with it, and get going. I want to again thank the Junior Achievement team for making this available to me, to give you my virtual story, and to give me another opportunity to help our employees engage with Junior Achievement in another way. So thank you so much, and good luck.
Hi Junior Achievers, my name is Krista, and I work for NTT Data Services in Plano, Texas. I was born in Belgium and my native language is Dutch. Belgium is a small country in Europe best known for its chocolates. And yes, I do love my Belgian dark chocolate. I listed here some of my hobbies to show that you can balance being successful at work without sacrificing your personal life. I started my career 20 years ago at Procter & Gamble in Belgium. And I started as a team leader and training for their call center in Europe. In that role, I learned everybody has their own strengths. It's really together we contribute to the company's success. We taught our senior leaders how they could work more effective with technology. And I recommend anyone to learn and continue to learn what is possible with technology. About 15 years ago, I left Belgium and moved to Panama, Central America to build a new site for Hewlett-Packard as a program manager. That involved real estate, finance, HR, legal, and so on. We started with 4 people, and 4 years later, we hired over 600 people. And living in Panama was a great learning experience in culture communication differences. And I'm not talking about language barriers, but more about our culture baggage. We as Dutch, just like Germans, we are very direct in general. And whether it's personal, like, I really don't like your new hairstyle, or at work, if this project continues like this, we want to reach our results. Panamanians, on the other hand, are generally more indirect. You will not easily hear, I disagree with that statement. And most of the time, the meetings start with something personal, like, hey, Krista, how is your family doing? So very early on, I had to immerse myself in the culture of my new team members in Panama. And I started to understand better their actions, reactions, and I could place them in the right context without stereotyping. So my advice would be, become aware of some aspects of your own culture and the people you work with regularly. 9 years ago, I moved to the US and took a role as a chief of staff. And that's where I got the chance to deep dive into financials. The financial knowledge I gained from that role, I can apply in any other role, even in my personal life. I managed a budget of more than $100 million and we had very aggressive saving targets. We did budget planning for the year ahead, analyzed every month our actual spend, and adjusted our forecast to make sure we stay within that budget. If you think about it, that's not very different from your personal life. We receive a monthly paycheck, we have bills to pay. We should be able to budget for the year ahead based on our earnings, expenses, and saving goals. And still, we all receive those unexpected costs. Let's say our PC broke down and it took us $200 to repair. So that means we have to adjust our forecasts, and perhaps we can't buy that new mobile phone we have planned. So my advice here is scan your spending and make sure it lines up with your expectations. 6 years ago, I took the most challenging and most rewarding role in my career. We deployed a model that changed the thinking and the culture of more than 15,000 employees and 400 clients within IT outsourcing. And we applied all the buzzwords you hear today: data analytics, automation, lean, agile principles. Truth be told, I wouldn't have been able to gain the confidence I needed to step into that role without my mentor. So find a good mentor or advisor. It can be a teacher, a family member, or somebody you look up to. It's really important to get impartial advice as you go through the huge changes to your life. A good mentor will listen to you, offer advice based on experience when you need it. And I want to end up with the best advice I'm giving myself every day. Don't forget to find the right balance between chasing your goals while staying in the present. Thank you, and good luck with whatever you take on next.
Thanks for watching. Students, have you completed the survey and your assignments? Follow us on social media.